Okay, so our March challenge video is what do we love about this lifestyle? And I guess it would be easier for me to pick things that I don't like, because there just aren't very many of those. That's Patty. And ironically, as coming to you in the height of all of the pandemic scare and the shutdowns and all that. So this morning when I really hadn't slept in a couple days, because I have been worried and a little full of anxiety a little bit. And don't knock the phone off, Patty. But I woke up this morning and I looked out my blinds and the sun was peeking out. The sun was peeking out again. And so the things I love about this life are what make me very passionate about agriculture and animals and the land and the conservation of it. Rodeo taught me to be disciplined. It taught me to work through fear. It taught me sportsmanship. It taught me you get what you work for. It taught me honor. Taught me loyalty. And it taught me to savor things. I grew up in a largely agriculture family. Rodeo is what we got to do when we got done working. We would take our day working horses to town, and that's how we got into rodeo. My mama and my daddy and my brother all run a bunch of head of mama cows and bulls, and we cut hay and round and square hay, and we don't have fancy square hay equipment. This is our equipment. But a lot of people would see that as a large workload. It don't matter if it's 10 degrees or 110 degrees. You got to get up. Those animals are depending on you. That what we plant, spiritually speaking and physically speaking, and how we plant it depends on what we harvest, what we sow. This life gives me clarity. This life gives me hope for the sun coming up, and it lets me get a clearer pathway to the promises of Christ, to the parables of the Bible, without all the clutter and the junk and the cable and the wires and the instant gratification and Wi-Fi of the city. This is completely unscripted, as most of them are, but my heart feels a little heavy. And so whenever the March challenge video came out and it said, what do you love about this lifestyle, I really feel that was a bit coincidental. I get to raise my kids to see the circle of life firsthand, to see the responsibility on us as conservation of the land, to preserve what God gave to us to manage over. And I feel like living this way of life is quite noble. There's a lot of agriculturalists in the Bible. Adam and Eve governed over the land. And we are privileged to do that. It also teaches us, might give us a few calluses on our knees. It would teach us to lean on God for our provisions, because when the rain don't come, or it's hot, or you got a couple mama cows that died giving birth, or your best horse done come up crippled. It teaches us to lean on Him and to realize that we are not in control. I want my kids to grow up away from the world. I don't like what I see. It makes me uncomfortable. But I also want to raise them to be strong enough to endure that. Because just like what's going on, we don't know what's coming our way. In this lifestyle, our rodeo and agriculture lifestyle can do that. And it's very hard for me to talk and not get emotional about her. She's one of the best things I love about this lifestyle. She helped me create the Jesus and the Pony Bible study. She gave me bravery and gave me a voice to feel like I could do something like that, because Lord knows I talk slow and it's not fancy. But she does that, and she's my very best friend. And there's nothing I wouldn't do. I mean, she's in my will. And my kids get to grow up and see what it feels like loving something more than yourself. Wanting to work so hard to make sure that something else is provided for. And we get to do this as a family, my husband and my kids and I. And it's something nobody can take away from us. Hard work and discipline is something nobody can take away from you. So as the sun rises again, we are blessed, we are thankful, and we are grateful. And who cannot be thankful when you have something as special as that? So, to all my Pony Pro people, I pray deeply for you and your families during this time. I hope that y'all stay healthy. And that's something this lifestyle allows us to do, is to stay connected with people like us and other like-minded and maybe families with some of the most similar goals. And I hope that you are affected or impacted as little as possible. But I will tell you this, it is a promise from God and a promise from the Bible that He provides. His love does not falter. He does not withdraw His protection or His love. So we lean on Him, we pray on Him, and you can't say that that's all we got to do, because that is everything. That is everything that we can do. It should be the first thing, the middle thing, and the last thing that we always do is go to Christ in that. So I've written a couple articles on what I like about this lifestyle, what I love about this lifestyle, and I think I've posted them there because I'm a little bit better writer than I am a talker. The passion that she gives me and this lifestyle gives me sometimes just bubbles up and comes out. So, this is Patty. She is why I became a Pony Pro, and why she changed the trajectory of my equine dreams. And she changed my life. And I will never be able to repay her. And this lifestyle gave me her.